Hey there, good to see ya. Name's Wolf, but you can call me Big Bad Wolf. I understand you're here to learn the tricks of the trade. So we're going to learn something real important today. We're going to learn how to get out of handcuffs. Now, I understand sooner or later, no matter how hard you try, no matter how skilled you are at the game, all of us get caught one time or another. And that means you're going to end up in iron. So the question is, what are you going to do about it? Now, there are several things that you can do. The first is you want to always have a bobby pin on you at all times. They're small, they're light, they're cheap, and no one ever thinks to look for them. If you got a set of lockpicks on you, well, they're going to take that away from you. But if you've got a bobby pin stuck in your hair, well, you're good to go. Now, even though you have the bobby pin, you may not have access to it. And that's where I want to talk about the real secret to getting out of these. And it's this guy. You need to get one of these keys. Have you heard of these bad boys? This is an Omni key. And what it will do is it will open this for 96% of all major handcuffs. It is very illegal, so you want to keep it on the down low. You want to keep this on your person at all times. Now, are you going to keep that bobby pin as well? Yes, you are. You sure are, because you always want a what? That's right, a backup plan. But if that should be a problem, no worries. You've got this ready to go. Now, where do you keep it? That's right. You keep it in your mouth. You keep it in your mouth. If you know you're about to get caught, that's where you put it. Because while they may eventually check your gums when you get to processing, there are hours and hours where you're just in cuffs. And so you're going to learn to do what the greatest of all escape artists did. That is Harry Houdini. You're going to learn how to keep something in your throat. Now, obviously, you're not going to walk around with that all day long, but if you think you're about to get copped, no, you're going to put that in your mouth. And what I'm going to show you, we're going to work with something that won't choke you first. We actually start with cherries. We're going to show you how to swallow it, how to hold it in your throat without choking, and then spit it on back up. And this will allow you to get yourself to freedom. Now, what if for whatever reason you get copped before you have a chance to put it in your mouth? Then you need to put it somewhere where they won't think to look. You got a few options. One that I really like is in your ear. That's right. Are you going to stick your finger in somebody else's ear? Absolutely not. And that's exactly what you can do. Stick it in there. Is it uncomfortable? Absolutely it is. But it is an option. There are a few other options. Now, I know what you're thinking. Do you stick it where the sun don't shine? And the answer is maybe. But think about it. How accessible is that really when you're in handcuffs sitting in the back of a squad car? Really? So I want you to think of a few more practical places to put the key. And the biggest one is in your shoe. Now, there's a few dangers in putting it in your shoe because it's going to slide around. So, what you're going to want to do is beforehand, you're going to sew a little tiny pocket into your left shoe, and that'll let you slip it right in there and hold it in place. And that's where I want you to keep it most of the time. Okay? If you do it right, it'll stay put, and then when you need it, you can slip it right out. Okay? Now, let's talk about getting out of the cuffs. You are going to have both hands, so what are you going to do? You're going to be really quiet, and you're going to be really subtle. You reach down, suppose it's still in your shoe, you're going to pull it out, and remember, that lock is probably going to be on the inside of your wrist. They're not going to be obliging enough to put it here where it would be easier for you to reach. So, what do? You pretend like you're scratching your knee. You reach forward like so, and you scratch, 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 and that lets you stretch out your hand, and it lets you slide in that key. Now, the next part is the noise, because I want you to listen to something here as I activate this key, all right? When I come in here and I release this, it's going to make noise. Now, I am good enough that I can slide it out without making any, but you won't, or you shouldn't assume that you will. So, you're going to need to make another noise. The simplest one is a little cough. It also lets you bend forward and hide what you're doing. But you have to remember, if you cough, there's a good chance they're going to look back at you. Now, remember what magicians say. What magicians say is if I want you to look at my right hand, I show you my left hand. And if I don't want you to look at either hand, I look at you. So when you cough, make eye contact with them and do it down below. Because if they're looking back in the squad car, if they're walking off with you, what they're going to do is they're going to make eye contact with you if you look dead in the eye. It's going to let you do that. Okay? But I'm going to teach you how to do it without making much noise. But you should expect this. You hear that? That's distinctive, and you're going to need to cough loud if you're going to hide it. The other thing that you want to consider is you may want to leave it on your hand, but undone like so. So you get it free, and then you might actually slip it back on your hand so that they don't see until you have a chance to escape. Because if you're stuck in the back of a squad car, guess what? There is no escape. So you got to wait until they let you out. All right? But when they do, they don't know that you're free and you can make a break for it. And little word of advice, go ahead and hold on to that key if you can. Slide it in your shoe again, put it under your tongue. These things ain't cheap, and it's going to be worth every penny. And if you can, hold on to it. But the other thing to remember is, above all else, staying free is more important than a stupid key. So if you got to dump it, you dump it. All right? Now, I want you to take this, and I want you to practice, and we're going to get you really good at getting free. All right? Good. Now, here's your key. Let's begin.